Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another election prediction. This time we have Nikki Haley up against Vice President Kamala Harris. So as I get into just filling in the safe states for this video, I'd highly recommend subscribing to the channel. If you aren't already, we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers within the next couple of months. I think it's totally doable if we just keep on with the momentum. But other than that, let's just get right into this video. Okay. So all the states are filled in blue and red, the safer ones, and we're just going to get right into this. So I think Nikki Haley would be probably one of the stronger Republican candidates in the field. She just does the best with independent voters, and that's usually what you need to win the election. So we're going to get right into this. Starting off with Iowa and Ohio, Kamala Harris is just pretty much unappealable to these two states. I mean, she has like no populist appeal at all, and the Rust Belt just typically disapproves of her by quite a bit, and she would definitely underperform Joe Biden in each of those two states. In Alaska as well, Nikki Haley would get the most. She would get like all the establishment Republicans, the moderate Republicans to vote for her, and Harris doesn't have that good rural appeal in most states. I think she would really do better in the urban areas, honestly. And Alaska lacks those. In the state of Florida and Texas, I have both these states as likely Republican states as of right now. Uh, again, I don't think Harris would get the right turnout with Latino voters here. So I have both these states going as likely Republican to a more moderate type of Republican. Like Nikki Haley, she would perform well with independent voters. In the state of Colorado, I even think Harris underperforms here. I think she only wins here by a likely blue margin, only wins New Mexico by lean blue, and only wins Virginia by lean blue. I just think she underperforms Biden in most states. She has a worse approval rating than Biden by like 2 or 3 points in the polls. Usually that's the average. In North Carolina and Georgia, I think she even loses North Carolina by a potential 5 point margin against Nikki Haley just due to losses among independent voters. Even though Harris would energize black voters in the state, it won't be enough to keep it from going likely GOP. Georgia, on the other hand, it would stay as a lean blue state. There's a lot more black voters in this state that Harris can rely on and turn out, but Haley would just do much better with those suburban moderate voters and independents, which you kind of need that coalition to win in Georgia. As we saw with Stacey Abrams, she just underperformed with independents. In Nebraska's second, I think Nikki Haley is quite the decent candidate to actually flip this district against Kamala Harris. You would have a good suburban coalition to do that. In Nevada and Arizona, I also think both these states go for Nikki Haley. Again, she's more moderate on the stance of abortion, which is good news for her in the state of Nevada. And in Arizona, a lot of independents would probably end up breaking her way. Would win back those McCain Republicans, which you kind of need to win back as a Republican. In Maine, I think Harris even underperforms Biden here and probably even loses Maine second by a nearly safe margin, but I'm going to put it as likely for now. In the state of New Hampshire, I also think the state flips against Harris just because Nikki Haley would win over more independent voters here. And this state's kind of an anti-Trump state, and with Nikki Haley not being Trump, she gets that benefit. So she would definitely be more appealing than Trump's toxicness in this state. Again, we have 4 more states left here. I still think that, actually, I think that Nikki Haley would win Wisconsin by a lean R margin. Even though she wouldn't do well with populist voters, she would make up that gap with the independent voters in the state. There's still a coalition here. There's moderate independents in each of these Rust Belt states. Same with Pennsylvania. I just don't think Harris would have the right coalitions to win back enough voters here that may have voted for Biden but are iffy about her. In the state of Minnesota, I still think Harris ends up winning the state against Nikki Haley. I don't think it would be a total landslide. But the state of Michigan, I also think this state would flip against Kamala Harris. So Nikki Haley gets a 317 to 221 victory in the Electoral College. Probably ends up winning the popular vote by like 2 or 3 points. I would say 2.5% against Harris. That's my estimate. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, highly recommend subscribing to the channel. And you should totally leave a comment down below. You disagree or agree with this video? Let me know. Always interested in your feedback. And if you have any suggestions about future videos, I'm open to taking those as well. Thanks for watching.